Well, the Sob Rock Tour is finally over. I guess I can take these off now. Alright, on today's episode, now that the Sob Rock Tour has concluded, I wanted just to highlight my personal top 5 best moments of the entire tour. Now these of course are my personal top 5. If you disagree with me and have a different top 5, let me know in the comments down below, or if you agree, just let me know what you think and maybe you have a different order or something. I just want to hear from you guys and highlight a few awesome moments that I think just were really cool that happened over the course of the tour. So let's get into it. Number 5 is John connecting with his audience members and signing pieces of gear for them, like pickguards that he did numerous shows, the Claw and Centaur he most recently signed at one of the very last shows of the tour, and even the fact that he just gave away an SE Silver Sky at the end of one of the shows during the tour.
It's a moment between me and John where he saw my note about halfway through, and then he gave me this guitar.
Did you just hand him the note on the stage?
No, I was holding it, and he saw it at one point, and he just
That is the coolest thing ever.
I play guitar and I'm like, oh my god, that's awesome. Congrats.
Can I just touch it one time? Can I just touch it one time?
Sure. Thank you. I think that's so fucking beautiful. Between me and John.
No, it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, you better.
I love that.
It's just incredible, and I know John's always got the banter with the crowd by reading signs, or if people yell something at him, sometimes he'll respond. But this tour, you could just tell that he was really engaged with his audience and just really took the extra time to connect with them, and if someone brought in a pickguard or a pedal, he signed it for them, which was just amazing. Number 4, it ain't 80s themed without some Floyd Rose action. Now, John Maren isn't the kind of guitar player that you'd automatically assume would be just going crazy with a guitar with the Floyd Rose. But that's exactly what we got during the Sob Rock Tour. Both his Charvel San Dimas Custom as well as the Jackson SL1 Soloist made appearances throughout the entire tour. And John just seemed to be having a ton of fun with the Floyd Rose and just a different style of playing that we're not used to seeing from him. You wouldn't expect John Maren to go in with kind of a 80s Floyd Rose kind of Jeff Beck inspired solo, but that's what he did. And they were awesome for that reason, because it's something kind of out of left field, but very much a tip of the hat to the whole 80s theme that the Sob Rock era is. Number 3, the return of Assassin. If you were lucky enough to go to a show where John actually performed Assassin, well, you were in for a real big treat. Now, the second night in LA at the Forum on the 15th of March, John performed Assassin for the first time in 12 years. Now, I do believe this has something to do with his departure from Columbia, as he really started to open up his set list overall and bring some more deep cuts into the regular kind of appearances every night once his departure from Columbia was announced.
The song came up again. I was a king, I was something they ever seen. I steal your heart before you will. I'm an assassin, and I had a job to do.
And Assassin is just a awesome song. It's my favorite song off of Battle Studies by far. So to see John bring that song back into the set list, and I think it's going to be one that for future tours as well, we're going to be hearing a lot more again. I think it's just incredible. So if you guys got to see that live, well, that's just amazing. And that Charvel was used for the solo for Assassin because John has always used a humbucker guitar for that song, and the Charvel fit that perfectly. Number 2, Maren Morris joining John Maren on stage in Nashville. If you guys remember, in 2019, Chris Stapleton actually joined John Maren on stage in Nashville, but this year we got an incredible treat with Maren Morris taking the stage for not only Last Train Home, but Slow Dancing as well. So to hear Last Train Home performed live like it was done on the record with Maren Morris's vocals was just sweet. That would have been amazing to see and experience. Her voice is just incredible, honestly, and it really compliments John. And then the duet with Slow Dancing was
My high school self just died. Thank you so much for having me, John. Nashville loves you.
I love you. I love Nashville. I think you're the best.
If you guys haven't seen the full thing, it'll be linked in the description down below. But it's just brilliant, the duet that they did. And Maren Morris, if you guys don't know, actually performed a lot more backing vocals just on the Sob Rock record as a whole, not just on Last Train Home. So to see her come out and collab with John was really, truly special. And my number one top moment of the Sob Rock Tour is going to be a bit controversial, I know, because it's actually when they didn't perform the show as expected. When a few members fell ill and they kind of had to perform the night as, well, the show must go on, it's too late to cancel and we want to try and continue on the tour.
Sadly, I have a couple of COVID cases in the band, and we have a drummer and a singer. But we are up some of the best musicians that have ever lived on our stage. So I hope you'll come along with us down this uncharted and exciting journey, this road. As we figure out, what can these songs do?
You got it!
Madison Square Garden is one night in particular that comes to mind where Questlove actually performed on stage with them with only a few hours worth of notice, which was awesome. Questlove is just the best. But these nights where John mainly performed just full-on acoustic sets opened up some incredible deep cuts. Like, I'm talking really deep cuts. Like, You Got No Such Thing. Something's Missing was also briefly played.
I don't remember how it goes, but I'll try it if you want. You'd only be doing it to watch me fail. Not alone. I wish I knew. Then I'd know. It's down again. I don't, it's not, it's an alternate tune. I know it goes. Something missing. Don't know how to fix it. No, no. Something's missing, and I don't know what it is. No, I don't know what it is at all. Hey, I don't know the last time I did this. All right. Friends, check. Lovers, check. Well slept, check. Opposites, guitar, microphone. See, I don't know the next line. I wrote so many other songs since then, you see.
And it's just a different way to experience John Mayer that you would never get the opportunity to elsewise, and a bit more of an intimate setting with different songs acoustically, even hearing songs off of Sob Rock performed acoustically that are normally played electric.
I'm on the last train running. I'm on the last train running. And I surrender. And I surrender. I'm on the last train running. I'm on the last train running. And I surrender.
Was just nuts. it was incredible. And I have a bunch of friends who actually went to one of these shows, the Madison Square Garden show, actually. And a bunch of them have been to over 10 John Mayer concerts. And they all were like, this is one of the best shows they had ever seen. Songs that you wouldn't normally ever expect to really hear again were played. And just the different atmosphere that it created. Now, it definitely wasn't the Sob Rock experience that people were supposed to get. And I mean, ideally, you'd have seen one traditional Sob Rock show and then seen one of these. That would have been just the best case scenario, honestly, to get the full Sob Rock experience and then this intimate acoustic show performed elsewise. But to get to hear In Your Atmosphere, No Such Thing, and these different songs performed in just a bit of a different context was a really special experience for the people who got to go, and just getting to watch these clips on YouTube is just awesome. And I think it just highlights John's overall musicianship in the band and how they can come together and kind of unexpectedly create these beautiful moments out of an unfortunate scenario, and kind of like when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And that's exactly what they did. They turned around a really unfortunate scenario and made some incredible nights that people are just never going to forget. So kudos to the entire band for sticking with it and performing these incredible nights, and again, just making the best out of an unfortunate scenario. So those, you guys, are my top 5 moments of the entire Sob Rock Tour. I tried to pick things that just were interesting, or moments that happened that I wanted to highlight for you guys that I think we'll look back on years from now and think, oh yeah, these were really incredible things that happened during the Sob Rock era. Again, let me know in the comments down below if you disagree with me. Let me know your top 5. And if you have a different order, whatever, just let me know in the comments down below. I think it'd be really cool to hear from you guys which moments you like and will look back on with fond memories. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Even though the Sob Rock Tour is done, my content on the Sob Rock era is really just beginning now. So hit subscribe, because I'm going to have a ton of Sob Rock content, details of John's gear, playing, tone guides, all that kind of stuff coming. So until the next one, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next one.
Anyway, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you like what you see.